Hey, welcome back. Oh, another day, another vlog. Nice little smooth intro today, very relaxed. It's Monday, it's a new start of the week. Holy hell, it's gone quick, hasn't it? Hope you all had a good Sunday and you're well rested, and apologies for having to go back to work. But we all got to do it. You get that. Someone's got to pay the bills. I got a few things on. Still got a heap of editing need to do. Hit the wall pretty much yesterday. Fell asleep face first into my laptop. Halfway through editing, trying to get the footage lined up in Premiere Pro, so I decided to go to bed. It's not a good feeling when you wake up when 1 minute you're staring at the laptop and next minute you're bedtime. So yes, we didn't get as much as we'd like. Got a fair bit done, but I still got a ton to do on this on Bells Rapids. So I feel a bit better today after a bit of sleep. So get a bit done today, and yeah, hopefully I can get it all buttoned up before I get home on Wednesday, so I can just upload it there. It's a hell of a lot easier with real internet. As good as you can get with Telstra in Perth, but it's still a lot better than what it is here at 1.5 meg upload speed. So yes. Anyway, let's get into the news. Today's internet news. Now, a few photographers out there looked at little tips and tricks on how to better pick locations and times and stuff. And one of the guys, Tony Northrup, if you haven't looked at him, he's got a YouTube channel, really good photographer. Very opinionated, some people like him, some people don't like him. But he's obviously very switched on, pretty switched, got a really good book. They sell books, him and his wife sell books on Amazon, so they've done very well for themselves, got a heap of followers. They do know what they're talking about. Again, opinionated, but very switched on guy. Today he was talking about using Google Earth to pre-set up your images. So obviously you can look at for landscape photographers and or if you're shooting buildings and stuff, you want to know where your light is, where the sun's shining, what time is it, what time you're going to get there, blah 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 to set up. And he basically showed how you could go to a Google Street View, and there's in that Google Earth section you can put times and dates, and it basically gives you a setup, and so you can show you where the sun is for that time of the month, or if you're planning to go somewhere, you can go and check the dates on that time of the month. So for instance, if you're going to Mexico, you're going to Chichen Itza, or Chicken Pizza, as they call it to the tourists, Chichen Itza, one of the 7 wonders of the world, beautiful big Aztec pyramid, massive big thing. If you want to go there, it's once a year. On the stairs up, there's like a snake that comes down, but you can only see it at a certain time of the day to get the light, and it's what they used to do. They use light and they used architecture to set up and do those sort of things. So you can basically go there. If you're going in August, you can go look at the dates in August when you're planning on going on your holiday. You can go see where the sun is. You can stand yourself in front of it. You can look at where the sun's going to be, what time of day the sun's going to rise. You can sort of get all that and sort of set up in your head. I guess what they call it, visualization. We used to use it for baseball in the younger days. So planning, obviously you can plan something, but then visualize it in your head. And now this is just another tool where you can not only visualize it in your head, but put it on the screen and then look at it before you even go and go, oh, rightio. Yep. You can take back your angles, get your wide angles. Well, that's going to be a good shot if I move over there, go over this side. How's it going to look? And stuff like that. So it's very interesting. He had examples of the Brooklyn Bridge in New York, and it was actually amazing to see what he could and couldn't get information wise, and it was pretty cool. Like you could at one point he'd shuffled under the bridge to get the outline of Manhattan in there, and then the sun was over here, and then he went to another part of the year and the sun was coming down this, so it was totally away from the buildings. And then he went to another part and the sun had moved over to here, exactly where he wanted to get, and he could basically write down the date and the time, and he knew what time he had to be there to get the photo he wanted to do. So, very clever tool. It's free to use. Obviously, Google Earth. There is a pro one I think you have to pay for, but I'm pretty sure most of the stuff he used was on the free version. So yeah, very, very cool. Definitely something to look at for you budding photographers out there. If you want to get a good photo, I guess you have advantage if you're having a wedding. Having a wedding, just say in your own house. I think my niece gets married next year. Don't know if you're watching this. You can look for your photos. You know where you want to have your photos and what you want to do. You can go to Google Earth and see if you get that general area, see where the sun's going down, what time it is. You can work out what time you want to have your wedding, the actual wedding happen, so you can get the right light for the photos and stuff like that. That's probably a good thing. I'll probably actually mention that to her when I do talk to her next. So that's probably a really, really good one for couples. When you're planning a wedding, obviously the photographer side, they may not look at it, but it's something you can do when you're planning your wedding. It's just, I guess, another thing you got to put on a monster list. But it could be something that's important to you. If the photos are really important, well then, yeah, definitely worth looking at. And you can do it in advance, so it's not something you have to cram in the last month. You can do it 12 months out and go, oh, okay, well, it's going to be pretty close. If we give it a half-hour window here, we're going to be pretty close to what we want. So yeah, definitely use that. So Google Earth might help you out. I thought it was a good tip and I'd pass it on. Hope it helps you. The boys over at Fishing the Wild, I've mentioned them many times. I think they're doing a great job of promoting the territory and promoting the Indigenous up there and all the fantastic country from where I grew up and always worked. So I think it's great. And the shows they put out are just awesome. Really good. And they've got another one out this week and they do it's called Crayfish Risotto. Again, they're out fishing, and every time they go fishing, it's just like, jealous as hell. Catching heaps of fish, heaps of little, beautiful little coral trout first up, and then some flowery trout, a cooter, really big cooter they catch straight out of a dinghy. Really, really cool. And I think my favourite bit out of this show had thunderclouds coming in. Growing up in Darwin, wet season, once you get the build up and you get the thunderstorms and it starts raining, you get that thunder and big black clouds come in, and you could smell it in the air, and you just hear that rumble coming, and then it just rain, and you get 10 inches in an hour and a half, and it was awesome. And watching this, and you could see the thunder clouds, you could hear the lightning, and you could hear it all coming. It's like, it actually took me back to the good days in Darwin when it actually rained all the time, every time for 6 months a year. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Again, they do a great job. Get over and check them out. Definitely, if you're into fishing, you won't be disappointed whatsoever. Fishing the Wild, drop a line and support them so they can do more. You get to see places because they're access. They've got some good friends. They're taking you to places that I guarantee you cannot get to those places without knowing the right people. Some just beautiful, beautiful country, and what the territory is all about. It's amazing, and stuff like that is going to only get better because with Litchfield Park opening up, stuff like this is even more important to get that message out to show the territory. So yeah, get over, check that out. Really, really good. Music. Some people might like him, and I'm probably going to cop a fair bit of grief and shit for this, but Pitbull's got a new album coming out now. His last album was good, and love him or hate him, I love him. I reckon he's fantastic. Mr. Worldwide. Just an awesome performer, awesome DJ, whatever. He's a performer, he's an artist. He's worked with the best in the world, and he's got another album. It's been a fair while. It comes out on the 27th of September. It's called Libertad 548. I'm not sure exactly what they mean. I just got an email. I was just trying to check to see if he was going to have any concerts. I couldn't see any concerts mentioned for Australia. I'll have to check a bit more into that. But he's only just finished a little bit of a tour in the States, so it might be a little bit of a break. But with a new album out, it might be a chance he's coming back to Australia. But yeah, 27th, you'll be able to get a little bit more Pitbull music, and it's always good music. So it's always good for the gym, and when I'm running, bit of Pitbull on always puts a smile on your face. And last but not least, I'm not sure if you can see it. We've talked about this the other day, the Galaxy Fold. Now it relaunched in Korea the other day. Haven't heard much about it since then. The European launch got pushed back a touch. And again, didn't hear much. But today, about 10 minutes ago, MKBH, one of the big tech guys on YouTube, re-rolled it out. He's got his copy. Wasn't supposed to be till later this month for the States, but he's obviously one of the big boys, and he's got it. All the stuff we looked at from the Korea reopening, or the preview we seen the other week that I put up, all in there. Looks really good. He's really happy with it. He said everything that was a problem has been fixed. He's a pretty switched on reviewer. I'd say it's going to be pretty good. For you Samsung guys, if you really want one, I think they're about $2,500 US or something. So I can't imagine there's going to be a super mega rush on trying to buy them. But they will be releasing soon in the States. I'm not sure about Australia. There's pretty much been no mention as per normal for Australia. No one really cares when it's released here, but if you want one, I'd say you'll be able to order one in the next 4 weeks at least. So yeah, they've got it out. We talked about the Apple Open, and there's a few out there. Samsung's obviously leading the way. So it's sort of, I think, good that at least they're getting this out again. Their Drama's the first one. They'll get it out again. Hopefully they've got rid of all the issues and nutted it all out. And we have a great product, which again, the good thing about it is something like this that's so I guess genre changing should make other things cheaper. Fingers crossed. Because if Apple's going to bring one out, then the singular phones might become cheaper. We might not get the tech we want in them at all, but we're going to sort of get them in. So I'm pretty happy that it's out. It looks like a nice phone actually. The good thing about it is it's sort of skinny, I guess, when you get it in. The only thing I don't have a monstrous hands, but I don't have small hands either. By the time you put a phone case on a phone, it's super wide, and trying to get your fat thumb across to the other side to pick up an app is all a problem. I'd rather them be a little bit skinnier actually to be able to reach stuff. But that's about it. So yeah, the Samsung Galaxy Fold is alive. Fold. Now, not long ago, we used to have flip phones, and they were a pain in the ass, I've got to tell you. But obviously people want these. I don't know why, but people are interested. Let's see how they go. The age of folding phones is here. Is it going to be here to stay, or is it going to be like the flip phones and booted out the door? We'll see over the next 12 months. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that's me for another day. Hope you've had a good weekend, nice and rested, or you're severely hungover and today's really going to hurt. In whatever case, who cares? It's only a job, you only live once. As long as you're right by tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday soon, and I'll be ready for the weekend. I'll see you all tomorrow. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whether you're coming, going, or staying, see you soon. Catch ya.